Yo. What is up? What is up? It's me. It's Keen. We're back. We're in the building with another episode of the Courtside View. As always, I got my guy, the one, the only, the Con Man is in the building. Con, what's up, man?
What's going on, boss? How you doing?
Can't complain. It's a Friday. It's the end of the week. I had some storms here in Pennsylvania. Got a tree that's knocked down at the end of my block. I don't know if they moved it, but we here. We here. Luckily, my power didn't go out, so we all good. But Con,
we're getting that heat wave. We're getting the heat wave.
Yeah, we getting some triple digit heat too next weekend.
Yeah,
that's gonna suck. This is what I hate about the summertime: the humidity. I don't mind it to be hot. Just don't let it be humid where you can't do nothing. But Con, we got the most Game 7, everybody's favorite. If you can push a series to Game 7, that means it's an interesting series. And this finals has been interesting. We don't see too many Game 7s. I believe the last Game 7 was 16, Golden State and Cleveland, I believe.
I think you're right. Yeah,
was the last one. So let's talk about last night's game here. So Halliburton had a strained calf. They didn't know if he was going to play or not. Long and behold, the reports come in, said he was going to play. Game 6 was in Indy. You already know they had the Larry O'Brien trophy out just in case OKC was to win it in Indy. And jokes was on them. Indiana came out and dominated from start to finish. Halliburton was knocking down shots. The defense was working for them. The offense was going. Talk about the game last night.
Well, a couple of things. First of all, I think that he had the MRI done. I think it was on Tuesday, and I don't know if it was as crucial as people might have thought it was. I think that he might have had a slight strain, because anyone knows who has had that type of injury, that takes time to heal. It's a soft tissue. So therefore, I think that for him, in order to play the way he played, I think he was okay. I think he was okay. But nevertheless, he came out. He showed up. I think he inspired the crowd, inspired his own teammates. I think that it was a great game. I thought they came out, at first it went like 10-2 OKC, and I was a little worried. But then they came out their bag, and they did the damn thing. And again, what it comes to show is I've told you guys from the get-go, in your locker room, there should be a big sign, adjustments. And Indiana made the adjustments. And what adjustments they made, first of all, at the beginning, what they were doing was trying to guard SGA from the get-go, from full court. They said, no, we're not going to do that. What we're going to do, we're going to catch him when he comes past half court. Because when you do full court pressure like that, Key, is you open up the court. And what they would do is they would send a big man to send a pick. Then he would be able to go downhill and do his thing. But when they covered him once he got past half court, they tried to bring him to the sideline, which was another defensive player, if you know how to do it right. They blitzed him. They trapped him. They made it real difficult for him. That's why he had 8 turnovers. I think he played a big part. And, of course, McConnell. Key, didn't I tell you that was my guy? That was been my guy from the get-go. And he's just I don't know. He's just a dangerous little, he played a hell of a game. And I think he gave him a big spark as well. And then, Obi Toppin, man, he is something else. I think he played a great game as well. And again, it's all about the bench. I think they messed up. SGA, 8 turnovers. C-Dub had, when he was in the game, he was minus 40. I think that was a major factor as well. I just think that Indiana, they weren't going to let them, they weren't going to lose on their home court. They gave it their all. I think the crowd got into it. I just think they played with their heart and soul. And I think it was a good game, and they and I think it's going to be beneficial leading up to Game 7 on Sunday.
Yep, everybody's favorite game seven. Um, this has been for. I know a lot of people say, "Oh, this is the most low viewed finals." But if you're a basketball fan in general, this series has been great.
How can you not like this? How can you
This
not?
everybody wants to see the New Yorks and the LAs and the Phillies and the Boston. Y'all want the big name guys. Y'all want the household names. I'm tired of seeing the household names there every year. Can we
Yeah.
get somebody new? And we did. OKC and Indy.
Mm-hmm.
They're
Mm-hmm.
new. So I love it. Best team in the West, best team in the East, and two great coaches. The first couple games, Carlisle has been coaching and then out coaching Dagnall, and then Dagnall come back and out
Mm-hmm.
coach Carlisle.
Mm-hmm.
And it
Yeah.
goes back and forth. Like how do you not like the series? It's game seven. All everything's on the line. I don't everything. How can you basketball fan? Look, I can't even talk about it because I'm too excited. How can you not like game seven? This has been
I don't
great
know.
basketball, fundamentally sound basketball, great execution. Adjustments been made. They playing chess. The other teams playing checkers. This is a basketball. This is a
What you
basketball
want?
fan's dream. This is what
Yeah.
you. This is what you want. Let's go over some.
Absolutely.
Let's go over some numbers here. So, um, OKC, they started off a little hot, and I was like, I see how this game gonna go. But
Mm.
like you said, adjustments. Rick Carlisle was like, okay, we're not doing this again. We're not gonna let them win this championship on our home court. So let's do some adjustments. And I think they did adjust pretty well because they held Chet Holmgren to 4 points.
Oh
In 24
yeah.
minutes, Chet Holmgren was 2 for 9, 4 points. So you didn't really see him. J Dub, they slowed him down a little bit, 6 of 13. He had 16. Hartenstein had 10. Shea only gave you 21 points, and then you had Lou Dort. Of course, Lou Dort is not an offensive specialist. He's there for defense, but he gave you
Right.
3. Isaiah Joe gave you 11 off the bench, but that was really it. Then you switch over to Indiana. You had Siakam with 16. Naismith had 3. Miles Turner didn't really have a great game either. He had 3. He had 3 points. Then you had Nimhard 17. Halliburton had contributed with 14, and then Obi Toppin. If Obi Toppin is hot, the Pacers win. Pacers win. He had 20. He had game high. 20 points off the bench, and then TJ McConnell gave you 12 points off the bench, 9 rebounds, six assists off the bench. But talk about OKC and Chet Holmgren. What do they need to do in game 7 to win this game? But before you go there, let me bring in we got Chris is in the building. Chris, what's going on, man?
Oh, we got the man himself. Okay. There you go.
Yo, how's everybody doing tonight?
I'm doing good, my man. How you doing?
Doing good.
All
Doing
right, Con,
good.
talk about OKC. What do they
Sorry
got to
about being
do?
late, but life interferes sometimes.
All good. All right, Con, talk about game 7. What does OKC need to do?
You know what? I'm probably going to shock you. I don't think they need to do that much. I mean, they're not very. They don't play very well on the road. I think they're going to be at home. Game 7. I think they're going to again adjustments. They're going to make adjustments to what Indiana counteracted with, and I think they're going to be okay. I think Holmgren needs to get in the flow at the beginning of the game. That's the key, to get in the flow in the beginning of the game, and I think that will be a great help to the OKC cause, because we already know what SGA is going to do. C Dub is going to do his thing, and we know how great defensively they are. I think they feel once they go home, they're going to be all right. I don't think they're going to be worried.
Chris, so we were just breaking down game 6 here. Indy takes the game 6 108-91. Your thoughts on game 6 and Indy forcing it to game 7? And are you excited that we're getting game 7 in the NBA Finals? Chris stuck in the multiverse.
I guess we're going to have to, we'll carry the load.
Chris, you there? Caller, are you there?
Okay, I think I'm good now.
You
All
good
right,
now?
cool. All right, we good. We good. We good. We good.
He's still a little laggy there. All right, so while Chris gets his internet situated, um,
Yeah.
we're gonna just put him backstage for a little bit. But I don't know. I said if Indy pushes this game to game seven, I gotta ride with the hot hand. You know, in the beginning I did say, OKC possibly can win this, and I did say OKC in six, but Indy has been fighting. I mean, they've been uh battling everything. When they get together in jail and everything goes right, Indianapolis is hard to beat. And if we get another Siakam playing how he played. If we get another if everybody got their role. If you looked at the points, every all the points are spread out, and it wasn't just everybody had a certain amount. Obi came in and did his job off the bench. TJ is going to do his job off the bench. Siakam had 16. Naismith had 10. Nimhard had 17. When you get role players like that spreading and getting their points, Indy is hard to beat. Um, so
Boss, I agree with you. And I
mhm.
think that the fact that, what you just pointed out, Indy, you don't know who's going to have a great game. You have no idea. It could be Toppin, it could be Nemphard, it could be, but you know what? What I'm going to tell you all right now, one guy who has not played up to his capabilities, if he does, it changes the whole complexion of game seven. That's Mr. Miles Turner. If he comes to play the way he's capable of, Key, it's a wrap. You told me 3 points. Are you serious?
Yeah.
3 points. So what I'm saying is, OKC, you never know. I mean, we all know SGA is going to do his thing, C-Dub. But other than that, you don't know who's going to come out and do the damn thing. They're not really a really good perimeter shooting team. And Indiana, they have so many weapons that you don't know. You don't know who they're playing for. Indiana knows who they're playing for. OKC don't know who they're playing for. There's always that. They got so many options. And then, the other guy who had one great game, he got 27 points. Matthew, and I think that's his name. That's what they call him.
Benedict
You know me
Mathurin.
and my
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you know how I have a hard time pronouncing names. Anyway, because I got dementia. But anyway, if he comes through, I'm going with Indiana. I said from the get-go, I said in six, but I think they're going to do it. They've been there before. They got the experience. And then if it comes down to a crucial time, we all know who can do it at the end of the game. We all know. We all know. I'm just saying.
If Indy wins this game seven and becomes the champs, is Halliburton still gonna have his everybody saying, oh, he's not a superstar? Does this put him in that category now? Does it
In my eyes, yes. In people's eyes, no. Because he's not that flashy type. He's not that leading scorer. He's not like, getting 35 points a game. And his game is more of a team-oriented game. So to answer your question, I don't think he'll be considered a superstar. But guess what? Indiana thinks he is. That's why they paid him the bag.
and
So
Miles
that's
Turner's
what
been Miles Turner's been the longest tenured pacer, and I think they want to bring
right.
him back as well. So again, all having in that team gel together. I know the Knicks is kicking themselves in their head, letting go Obi Toppin.
Oh man, what a bad move that was. What a bad move.
He is great coming off the bench. When he catches fire, oh man, he's good all around. He can shoot the three, he can defend. He got a mid range. He can attack the basket. Obi Toppin is that guy, that spark you need off your bench. Could he start? Yeah, he could be a starter too, but he knows his role right now coming off the bench, and that's a great role. TJ McConnell's another one. When Halliburton goes out, TJ comes in. Was watching the interview they had with him and his dad on NBA TV. And his
that.
dad was like, I was upset because he missed those 2 free throws. He missed those 2 free throws. But
Right.
he said, he played great, and he was like, he said he's harder on TJ than he is on his sister. But he said it's every, guy's dream to have a daughter in the WNBA, because his sister plays for the Mercury and have a son that play in the NBA. So I mean that's every parent's dream to have 2 professional per kid. So but I'm excited to see this game 7, and I'm sure that OKC is not going to go away lightly. But again, if Indy plays the Indianapolis ball like I know they're going to play, it's going to be hard for OKC. It's going to be hard, especially to see OKC get to game 7 just to lose it on their home floor, man. So I mean, they're still a young team. Could you possibly see these 2 run it back again next year, as deep as they got?
That's a great question. I'll answer that after the draft. I think, and what happens during the offseason, I'll have a better answer for you. But as it is right now, I think Indiana has a easier road to go because the West is so damn tough. I think that Indiana has a easier way to go in the fact that, again, depending upon the draft and what happens with the trades and whatever goes on. But I definitely think Indiana can get up there a lot easier than OKC. Although OKC is really young and they really only have 1 max player. You know what I mean? So that means a lot too as well. So they can dip and dab and do what they got to do. I think they'll be
got a lot of picks as well.
Yes. So I think they will be definitely competing for the West. But I think Indiana got a lot easier road to go through.
I mean, if somebody wanted a team wanted to move up further in the draft, I mean, you would say OKC because they got that number 7 pick. I mean, technically, they don't have to stay at 7. I mean, they can listen to some offers to see, possibly who moves up. But how much pressure is on the Thunder to win Game 7?
Tremendous. They won 68 games in a regular season. Number 1 seed, MVP player, home court advantage. Everything is in favor of OKC. Indiana is they've been underdogs, I think, for the last 10 games. I think OKC, and the fact that they were up, they could have won it in Indiana. I think if they lose, they're going to get a lot of heat, more so than Indiana. Indiana was underdogs. So they're playing with, they're playing with chump money right now. They have nothing to lose. Whereas OKC had the best regular season record, the MVP, there's definitely more, and they're at home. I think more pressure is definitely on OKC, 100%.
Indy wins this game. Who's MVP?
Woo! You know what? I can't answer that until Sunday. Right now, we know Halliburton has not played his best ball. I think he had one really good game, game 3, if I recall. It was his best game in the series. They, again, as my man from Miami said, they're a band of brothers. So they all contribute to it. I think it depends upon what happens game 7. But if you pull me aside and I had them make a choice, it'd be probably Siakam, I would think.
Siakam? I was thinking that. Then
Siakam.
I was also thinking.
I told you how I was thinking it.
Then I was thinking about what if TJ McConnell comes in and have the game of his life. In some of these games, TJ has been playing well to the point where he could have. Let's go back to game 5. I don't know what Rick Carlisle was doing of taking him out. I don't know why he was on your bench when Halliburton was struggling bad.
Tough call.
TJ needed to be back in that game. He had 18 points. I know.
To answer your question, Keto, I don't think he'll get the MVP. I don't think they'll. You know what I mean? I don't think he'll get it, but he will definitely be a major factor in them winning because he's going to give that same effort. And when he comes in the game, he just adds a whole another dimension, and with his speed, quickness, and his ability to penetrate and dish, ability to penetrate and score.
And he can
And
still
the thing about it is,
he could defend too.
oh, he busts his ass. But you know what? If people, I don't, again, because I'm old as dirt, he only goes right. I'm surprised OKC ain't him. He only goes right. He only goes, check it out. He only goes right. I would think that they would, again, make adjustments.
Force him to the
Keep
left.
him going to his left. Now, one time he did spin and make that, he went reverse. But most of the time he shoots that, he gets into that paint and he steps back and hits that jumper. You know what I mean? But he's been phenomenal. You know what I mean? And he's never gotten his due. He was with your
I know. Every time I see him, I said, "Oh my God, I miss TJ so bad." He was a favorite.
Well there.
He was a favorite here too. I mean, he is fearless. He don't care. He'll go right to the basket. He can defend. He's what every person needs on it to run the second unit.
Goddamn right. I take him.
Who wins Game 7? Who wins Game 7?
I did pick Indiana in 6. I bragged about it. That didn't go well. I don't feel so bad because Jay-Z lost $1 million and Drake lost $1 million. You know what I mean? So I don't feel that bad. But if you ask me, I'm going to go with Indiana. I think they got the confidence going into Game 7. I think Halliburton will be a lot physically better with a couple of days rest. I think, again, they have what I think is the potion to stop SGA. I think they get it. So they're going to make him pass the ball, again, trap him, blitz him, do whatever he can, get away from them high picks, because that's where he makes his money from, and make him a passer, and then make somebody else. I think they're going to try to make someone else do something, whether it be J-Dub or whomever. Make somebody else be the factor. They're not. They're going to. I'm telling you, SGA is going to be. He's going to be blitzed. He's going to be. Every time he goes in the paint, they surround him. That's why he had 8 turnovers as well. I just think that Indiana has the game plan. Now, of course, as we said, chess checkers. Now, what they're going to do to counteract that? We got to see what they do to counteract that. So, again, I think Carlisle's a way better coach. So I think he'll make whatever necessary adjustments to be made. I'm going with Indy. Everybody's going with OKC. I'm going with Indy.
Yeah, OKC is a 6.5 favorite. I said if Indy pushes this Game 7, I'm riding with Indy right now. I said OKC in 6. I did say OKC in 6.
Yes, you did.
I'm gonna go ahead and switch my sides right now, only because it's. I just Indy change, not say changed or shocked me, because I knew it was capable of doing all this, but the force of Game 7, they could have been down and out and gone, especially with the games that Carlisle lost, the games that Indy lost. I think was on as coaching, that Carlisle didn't adjust. And I think that's why he lost, especially with the Game 5.
Right.
This series could have been over. Indy could have won it yesterday. I mean, the series would have been over. Indy would have won it at home if they would have won Game 5 and kept TJ McConnell in this game, because he was making a run.
Yeah.
So, but like you said, adjustments, coaching matters. Players got to come to play, know they role, don't have turnovers, get hot early. So if Holly and them gets hot early and just keep the foot on the gas, it's Indianapolis. The Pacers will have a championship. But I'm gonna go with Indy here. I'm gonna go Indy, Game 7. Like they've been the underdogs this whole series, so I'm gonna ride with Indy. We'll see what happens, but either way, it's gonna be a good game. Whoever wins, it's been a great series. So casual basketball fans, I don't want to hear nothing. This has been a great series. So
awesome.
I know y'all want y'all Boston's and the Lakers and everybody, the big names. I'm tired of the big names. I want to see somebody else who hasn't won yet.
Damn right. Absolutely.
All right, so moving on to the draft. The draft is next week. I need your thoughts on what's going on with Ace Bailey. Ace Bailey is only 18 years of age. His agent, I forget his first name, but his last name's Cooper. If you don't know Cooper, Cooper is Tia Cooper's dad. Tia Cooper is used to play for the Sparks in the WNBA. Awesome player. She's overseas now. She's not even in the WNBA. But everybody's saying he's getting bad, like he's feeding him bad advice. He hasn't worked out with any team so far. Even Cooper Flagg and Dylan Harper and those guys has worked out. Now the Sixers do hold a number 3 spot, and they were slated to draft him. Maury and the organization had the plane coming in, had the dinner, everything, private workout, and he bailed. So now all these red flags are popping up. His stock is possibly falling. What do you think of Ace Bailey right now? I know, and then it's possible that Daryl Morey still may draft him. And then it's another story for another day. I'm not going to keep saying how I don't trust Morey when it comes to pick. I'm so nervous about this third pick. But what do you think about Ace Bailey right now and how his stock is in the draft?
Well, first of all, your guy, Mr. Murray, he still may take him no matter what, because we know what Philly be doing. So it don't. But anyway, what do I think about it? I think it's kind of the Shedeur Sanders type thing. You don't want to go and work out for teams, and you don't want to do this. You want, I was watching one of the shows this morning, and his MO is that he's very egotistical, and he wants to be this and do that when you ain't done a damn thing yet. Sometimes that can come back and haunt you. You know what I mean? I think he's trying to do where, he pick and choose where he wants to go. First of all, you're very fortunate to be able to be drafted in the first round. You're very fortunate to be able to play in the NBA. And I think that, every team that wants you to work out, I think you owe them the right to work out. I mean, not every damn team, but you know what I mean, Key? I mean, the teams that are top 5, 6 picks, he's going, they say, but he's going 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. You know what I mean? I think that sets a precedent. I think, coaches talk, owners talk. And I don't think that's a good move. I think that's a very poor move for a young man. I think a lot has to do it with that NIL money he received. I think he got a little money in his pocket. I think he's going to try to do what he wants to do. And that could backfire. I'm just telling you, the owners whoever drafts him, I guarantee you, there'll be a big ass sit down, and they're gonna lay it on him. And but to answer your question, I think it's idiotic. I think it's stupid. I mean, so many players would like to be in the position that he's in, and he chooses not to. Totally idiotic. Anybody who's a baller will tell you they would go.
Right. They're saying he was saying, I think he wanted a guarantee from the Sixers or something. How? I don't know. I just think his agent is just feeding him bad information as a kid right now. I understand it, but you're supposed to build him up. Like, you're not supposed to have this image for him already. He didn't even get in the league yet, and he's already putting a bad taste in teams' mouths. They're saying he's immature. His maturity level.
Yep.
He's 18. He's still young. So I don't know, but it is a chance that Morey possibly still could get him at number 3. But the boards have changed a little bit. Now they having VJ Edgecombe is the pick for the Sixers, which would more fit our style. Of course, and they're saying that we're running it back. I'm like, okay, I'll see what happens. PG and Joel gets on the floor. That's if they get on the floor together. We already know Joel can trip over his shoe, and it's a wrap.
Yeah. It's a wrap. I wish I had some encouragement for you, but I don't. I just think if they Philly's already a mess. I think by adding him, it will be more of a mess. That's
right.
my.
We already
But
had
then
one
again,
head case and Ben Simmons. We don't need another one.
but you know something though, if you can play, they'll pick you, and then they'll deal with it. They'll deal with the
Then,
consequences. Fortunately or
then,
unfortunately, that's how it goes.
then there's rumors. It's not really a rumor, but it was on Twitter, and it was one of the content creators had a idea or a thought and just ran with it. So it's been all over. They were saying, well, what if the Sixers trade their pick to number 5 to Utah? And I'm like, do we really want to do this with Danny Ainge? Do we really want to make deals with Danny Ainge? No, we do not. You know why? You know what happened the last time we made a deal with Danny Ainge? We drafted Markelle Fultz. This is what happened. Danny Ainge made it seem like Boston wanted Markelle Fultz. So what do? They trade with the Sixers. Sixers was like, all right, well, we'll trade you. Boston was like, all right, we'll trade you to number 1, and we'll give you the number 3. Sixers take Markelle Fultz. Guess what, y'all? Danny Ainge wanted Jason Tatum all along, just not with the number 1 pick. So what happens? He fleeces Philadelphia. We get Markelle Fultz. Jason Tatum lands in Boston at number 3. So do we really want to deal with Danny Ainge? No, we do not. But they were saying the 5th round pick, and then they'll take PG away. My brain started spinning. I was like, you're getting PG off our books? And we get Colin Sexton and John Collins? Maybe I'll pull that deal. But come to find out, it wasn't true or whatever. But it is still on the table that Murray wants to push back and get more assets. So if we're going to not go to the number 3 spot and possibly get more assets and still get a guy in the top 5, I'm okay with it. But I do not deal a deal with Danny Ainge. I don't care what he gives you in Utah. Don't take it.
Danny's no joke.
Danny Ainge is like Howie Roseman. You see him calling you, like, don't answer your phone. Do not answer your phone.
I'm telling you.
Don't answer your phone, because he's fleeced this many times, and that Jason Tatum was proof in the pudding. You do not want to mess with Danny Ainge. He wanted Jason Tatum this whole time. He just did not want to take him as the number 1 pick. And what
can
he
you
do?
say another name? Maybe.
Go get a guinea pig. Oh, the Sixers will do it, and sure enough, we did.
If we look back a little bit, I think Danny Ainge was responsible for a guy. I think he was okay. I think his name was Kevin Garnett. I could be wrong, something like that. You know what I mean? Leave Danny Ainge alone. Leave that boy alone.
Don't mess with Danny. Don't get in no deals with him. Don't get in no pit. Nothing. Nothing. You see him calling, just hang up the phone.
Don't answer the phone. No text. Don't take that.
Unless it's something that's feasible and you honestly can't say no. But he even tried to fleece us with Paul Reed. He put in his contract if he goes past the 2nd round or something. I was like, oh my God, and we fell for it again. I don't even know what Utah's area code is or what Danny Ainge phone number. But if you see Utah calling, don't answer the phone, Philly. Daryl Morey, do not answer no calls for Utah unless he say we'll take PG off your hands. Then we can talk. Get somebody younger out of here. I don't need we already got a broken Joel. I don't need another broken PG. So if you can take another max contract off our hands, I'm all for it.
That would help. That would help.
Because
Danny Ainge is not going to go for that.
I still think we need to build around Maxey and McCain as your 2 younger guys and build around them. That's it.
I agree.
If it takes for us to be what OKC is, take years back for us to be good, I'm all for that.
So we're going to go back into the process again?
No, I didn't say nothing about the process because I didn't say nothing. The process is dead. Joel, nope, his ceiling's done. His knees are shot. We can't get past the second round. Can't get past the first round. Hell, we can't even get to the playoff. We can't even get to the play-in. So, no, it's not. I'm not trusting no process. It's trusting. You have to. You got to have some youth in this league. We can't have no more old farts on the team. The super teams are done. You can't just take a superstar and stick them here. No, we have to build in the draft. We have to develop guys, and now we're not going to have time to do that because we're a win now team. We got three max players on our team that has to get playing time. Right. So when is there going to be time to develop anybody? I hate it here. I hate it here. Depressed Sixers fan. Moving over. It wouldn't be a show if we didn't talk about your Lakers. The Los Angeles Lakers has became history. Jeannie Buss and the Buss family. They sold 85% of the Lakers and sold it to the owner group of the Los Angeles Dodgers for $10 billion. That is the largest purchasing of a sports team in sports history of any major teams, major sports categories. NBA, not NBA, football. It beat the ball. It beat the Celtics. They was $6 billion. It beat Denver. I think they was around 4. Beat the Broncos. $10 billion. And the family still are going to own 15% of the ownership. So, Con, what does this mean for your Lakers now with the ownership? Jeannie Buss can sit back and do nothing. $10 billion? Okay. I barely got $10 in my pocket. $10 billion?
You got more. You got more than me. You got more than me.
Here's a fun fact. Her dad bought the Lakers in '79 for $67 million, and you sell them for $10 billion. That's a hell of a profit.
That's a hell of a profit. Now, to answer your question, first of all, I think it's a win-win for everyone. You know, Jeannie Buss had a deal with the family. You know, some of her siblings, you know, got kicked out. you know the whole story. But anyway, each and every one of them are going to get. Listen to this. $650 million.
Yeah.
Number one.
That's crazy. Wow.
I hope y'all listen. $650 million to do nothing. Jeannie keep 15%. She's gonna be doing it. She's gonna be hanging out for a couple of years, you know, making sure it goes right. Now, what that does do is it provides the Lakers more stability. Number one, they got Luka up for an extension. Number two, and then we got to deal with the guy named LeBron. Number three, whether they're going to do with him. But what it does do,
I think he opted in, right? That's what, another $52 million. His player.
Yeah, chump change for him. I know, but anyway, he'll probably do it. But check this out, Keith. What it does do is one thing that the Lakers have not, because it was always family run. They really didn't have what they called the resources to do a lot more. Now they do. Now the coaches are going to get better paid coaches. They're going to get better scouts. They're going to get better in analytics. They're going to get better in how the players are treated, whether it be, you know, the locker rooms or whatever. You know what I mean? I think overall it's a great win for the Lakers because now they got deep pockets. Now they're talking about their second apron. Let me tell you, if the dude paid $10 billion, you think he's worried about the second apron? The second apron is designed to keep teams from not spending as much. It doesn't say you can't. You just have to pay penalties. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying that's what they want to do. Obviously, that's not what they want to do, but it gives them access to be able to do that and to give them the resources to make, as my man Magic Johnson says, championships. And notice Luka's all happy right now. He done lost 25 pounds, so they say. So I think it's all well. I think people in LA are going berserk. And Walter, I think that's his name, that the primary owner. I mean, he's done pretty well with the Dodgers, and I think he owns a couple other.
They just won the World Series.
Yeah. So I think he knows what he's doing. So, and I think Genie would never have done it he had already had 27% prior to, if I'm correct. He had 25% ownership part of them, and then he had a right for first refusal. So it was all in the ball game, I think. But I think they waited to see how he was, and then he got that guy Magic Johnson's blessing. So that's his business partner. Excuse me. So I think overall it's a great move for the Lakers. I think that it's a great move for the city of Los Angeles. I think LA is going to be running damn near. They already got baseball. They're going to have basketball pretty soon. And then I think that's going to bring a lot. I think they'll bring a lot more free agents there now because of what they have established and who is going to be running the show. And meanwhile, they still keep Jeannie there. They'll keep her. They give her office. She'll still be a part. Palenka just signed a contract, so he's all set. You know what I mean? I think it's a great move. And I got to give a shout out to. I know we don't want to, Keith, but we have to. Mr. Freddie Henderson. You know he must be happy. I'm surprised he's not on the damn show right now.
Right.
Because I know he must be going. He must be more happy than I am.
So, I was about to say, I know as a Lakers fan, I know you happy about this.
So yeah, I'm very happy. Very happy.
So good to see you smiling. Better than getting kicked out. Already know what Minnesota did to y'all. So y'all needed some good news.
Okay.
You're
right though. You're right.
You needed some good news, but Kevin Durant's name is he narrowed it down to the 3 teams he wanted to go to. I think it was Houston, the Spurs. I think it was another team. Where do you see Kevin Durant going?
Do you know something? I've been thinking about this for a while because it's been on, all over the news for the last 2 weeks. It all depends on where he wants to go, number one, and also what does Phoenix feel is worthwhile in order to get rid of him. Do you know what I mean? If they're going to get something, that's why if you notice, they're trying to make it happen before the draft. So I'm going to tell you why I think he would fit in well. I think he would be great with the Knicks, and I'm going to tell you why. Houston, they've already won a couple. Well, a larger one. Right? And San Antonio, they don't won 4 or 5, right?
Right.
The next one in 1907. The last time they won in 1855. I think if he were to go to the Knicks and they win a ring, that would solidify his legacy. I think he would end up having a goddamn statue outside New York City. But if he went to Houston, okay, cool. You ain't going to top a larger one. You go to you ain't topping Duncan. Now, it depends what he wants. I think he would fit in good with New York. I know New York, the owner there, he's a wacko. I know he don't want him because KD was supposed to go to the Knicks, but he ended up going to Brooklyn with his cousins there. And that really pissed him off. So that's why I think they're showing no interest. But he's 37 years old. He's probably going to want at least a 2-year contract, at least $60 million per year. So bringing 122 years. And again, you got to go by, is a team looking to win now? If they're looking to win now, you got to grab them. If you're looking for your future, then maybe you better step back and check it out. Because again, that's 2 years. That's going against the salary cap. That may hurt your future by risking it on him. He's injury prone. You know how many games he misses, but he's a guaranteed 27, 8, and 5 scorer. 90% from the foul line, 50% from the floor, and all that. So To answer your question, I mean, obviously, you like Houston. Houston also, um, they have a lot of picks. They have a lot to offer. Um, damn, I think he may end up going to Miami. Something tells me he may end up going to Miami. I don't know. Who knows what his mind? He's weird. I don't know. He's a little loose upstairs, so I don't know. But the best fit, if again, you gotta remember, if he goes to Houston, it's gonna be with a lot of young kids. He goes to Miami, he got the experience. As long as they can keep Hero and Anunoby on whatever the hell his name is, they keep him involved, they got a shot. So
I don't know if he
I
goes
would
to
say
Miami. Hero stays. I think Hero will get traded. They're not going to trade Bam.
see,
So
that's the problem. See, that's the problem. See. So they talking about Minnesota. You hear about Minnesota as well. Him and
his
Ant
best
would be.
fit, honestly, is in San Antonio. It
I
only
think
makes
so.
sense.
If it was me, I'd hop on that in a minute. I would hop on that in a minute. But
I wouldn't give away
who
my
knows what
second
he's
round pick.
going to
I
do?
mean, my first round pick for him. You definitely can do the second round pick, Kevin Durant and trade some people and trade some guys from San Antonio and get a Phoenix. I would bite on that, but is the most logical place for him. You
And
get
to be
Wemby,
honest with you,
you get Wemby,
yeah.
KD, and Castle, and I think you still have Darren Fox. Ooh.
If you can keep, then you go right there. And you know what? I'm gonna keep it real with you. I looked at this year's draft. It's not that good.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean, we
not
know
that
Cooper
great.
Flag is the man. Cooper Flag. Okay, he's gone. Okay, forget about him. He's it's a wrap. The other ones, I'm not that. I'm not feeling it. So to me, if I was him, I'd go grab him. I would grab him. But we'll see. Again, he wants Houston, Minnesota, Miami, I
I
guess.
think Minnesota's
We'll
out
see
the
where he
running.
goes.
Minnesota's out the running for him, so he's not going to be up against with Anthony Edwards. But I think it was
And
Houston, San Antonio.
he don't like to be in that snow either. He don't like the snow either. So you know what I mean? So
And then if he goes to New York, then you got to get rid of Cat. And Cat got to go to Phoenix. That'll just be horrible. But um, I don't think Giannis is going to get traded anywhere. I think he stays in Milwaukee. I don't see another place or fit for him either. We don't know what Giannis want to do. Giannis talking about something. He want to be on TikTok and everything now. So I don't know what Giannis wants to do. Where he wants to go? Do you want to stay? Does he want to stay in Milwaukee? Does he want to test the waters and go somewhere else? I don't know. I haven't really. Nobody's really said anything about Giannis. It's more of KD coming out. But yeah. But Kyle, before we get on out of here, I need to get your thoughts on what happened in the WNBA. This is the most talked about that the WNBA has been all week long. So I need your thoughts. So Caitlin Clark comes back. I believe it was last weekend. They played against New York. New York was undefeated. Came back. They beat the Liberty. So there's no more undefeated teams. She came back, shot 7 threes, 32 points. They beat New York. Now they come into this game here with Connecticut. We all know how Caitlin Clark is, and I guess the question is, why does Caitlin Clark get so much hate? I'm gonna break it down a little bit to why she gets hate. She's phenomenal on the court. You can't deny her talent. She can do it all. She can pass. She can shoot. I think it's because of how she's getting defended on now. Like how players are actually defending her. If you don't get her to go to that left, she gets a certain spot coming up that high pick and roll when she likes to go to that side. If you cut her off, she's not going to get that shot off. And she can't shoot that three. She pushes off a lot. And a lot of players are complaining, but a lot of players do that in NBA as well. She pushes off a lot and doesn't get that offensive foul call. She got into it with JC Sheldon, but they've been going at it since they was in college. Iowa, and Ohio State. They've been going at it since they was in college. So there's the rivalry there. So she told JC Sheldon, I can do what the F I want to do. Come stop me, come guard me. You can't stop me. All right. The confidence, she can say that because why? She's good at what she does. So Sheldon gets her in the eye. Caitlin Clark gets up and try to react to it. Here comes Mayberry, comes in, pushes her. She gets the tech. Stephanie White was like, hold up. So y'all just not going to kick her out? Because I agree. She should have been injected for that. You can't keep them in the game. And Stephanie White was like, all right, I got one for y'all. Come on, Cunningham. She put Steffi Cunningham in the game. And that's another enforcer there. They get the jab and she gets the tussling again with the Connecticut son. So they asked Stephanie White at the press conference. She said, I'm just going to, strictly talk about basketball. But if the rest of it did their job in the beginning, this wouldn't have went nowhere. So why do you think Caitlin Clark gets so much hate? And do you think that Marbury should have been put out that game? Because she did football check Caitlin Clark. It looked like Fred Warner coming through there in the middle. The way she got tackled. So, your thoughts on the whole Caitlin Clark thing? Do you think she starts a good fight and can't back it up and run from it? Do her teammates need to come in? Her teammates is coming in to defend her, but you got the OGs there. You got Cunningham, you got DeWanna Bonner there, as well. But why do you think she gets so much hate and everything?
Well, I think, how long has the WNBA been in existence?
About 25
years?
20 some odd years, since 99, I believe.
Has there anyone has captivated the world like she has?
No.
So I think that's part of the reason. I think that she's gotten so much commercials and when she was in college, the NIL money and endorsements. I think she's getting the brunt of everything, and she is like the golden child. And I think a lot of players who have been in the league for a lot of years, who have paved the way, are not getting their just due. And I think she's bearing the brunt of it. And also, let's keep it real. She talks smack with the best of them. So I think that has you're going to talk smack, things happen. Let's keep it real. Just like the men, Michael Jordan got beat up for 9 years. So to answer your question, why? I think it's because the exposure that she has received and the fact that she talks smack. She talks the talk. So they're going to say, well, let's see what you got. I think eventually it'll die down a little bit. But you know what? One thing I will say about her, she's like, I don't want no special treatment. Not that she should get it. But she just wants to play. And talks, that's part of the game. That's competition. We all know that. But to answer your question, Mayberry, Marbury, whatever the hell her name is, I'd have thrown her ass out right off the rip. Thrown her out right. I don't care if it's Caitlin Clark. I don't care if it's Aunt Jemima. That she'd be gone out the door. You stop laughing. Anyway, so what I'm saying is, as a referee, and the thing about it too, referees, if they're doing their job, they have a pregame. And you said, they've been going there since college. I think the referee should know about that. If it's because that's why you have a pregame. We know these two don't like each other. Let's see what let's pay attention. Maybe stop it before it gets to a point where it gets to that level. You know what I mean? You want to try to get it before it happens. Do you know what I mean? As a referee, I look at things to see if I see something like that, because they were doing it all game, not to that level. It happened when she got hit in the eye, but they were banging all game long. You got to pay attention to that. And you got 3 officials out there. I think I do have to, blame the officials for it too, but something like that, gone, bye. You're out the game, out. there's no need for any. She stood in the game, and she was able to play the next night because I think they played the next night, if I'm correct. The Suns played the following night. Anyway, they lost. But anyway, absolutely out the door. No questions. Out.
Caitlin, they played last night. They played the Golden State Valkyries, who I underestimated, and I do got to give them apologies because Golden State is actually pretty dang on good. They are 6-6 right now. They beat the Fever last night. Caitlin Clark didn't have a great game at all. She was 3 of 14, 0 for 7 from 3 with only 11 points. But Brandon Pozinski, that plays for the Golden State Warriors, was at the game. I mean, he was courtside. He had the jersey on. He was getting the crowd hype. This is what the WNBA needs. More of, the NBA stars that come out and be excited about the game. We do see, we do see stars, we do see NBA players there. I think Dame was at the New York game. KD's there often. Halliburton was there. The girls go see the the Pacers game. So it's a lot of interaction. Right. But this is what the league needs. And Brandon Pozinski, shout out to you. I was watching you use on the courtside seat, going off. I mean, hyping up the crowd. When Caitlin Clark didn't get that call, he was like, "Get out of here." He did the Stephen Curry night when what's his name made that shot. Yeah. So it was a great atmosphere. But yeah, I underestimated Golden State. So I'm gonna have to give y'all apologies because I thought y'all was gonna stink this year. Shut me up.
I watched them was a week ago. They played against the Aces, and they won by like almost 30. They look great to me.
They surprised me as well. They look with the Aces right now, but Minnesota, of course, is Minnesota is number one right now. They're 11-1. Nafisa Collier and Caitlin Clark are leading the votes for All-Star right now. But I think Nafisa Collier is going to win MVP because she's a walking bucket. That's my nickname for her, walking bucket, because everything she touches goes into the basket. New York is 10-2.
Right, her back. Is she hurt her back or something?
Yep, I think she got a back injury. New York is number 2. Phoenix surprised me too. So Phoenix is 10-4. They got Santu Sabali over there, who's good. I know Alyssa Thomas went over there. Kalia Copper came back. That's where TJ McConnell's sister went. She went to Phoenix. Well, Phoenix is doing pretty well there as well. Atlanta, Seattle, Golden State 6-6. The Fever is 6-6, and then you got Vegas. It's falling. I don't know what's going on with the Aces, but they need to get it together. I think before the All-Star, I think the Aces will start to turn things around. Asia Wilson was out because she was concussed. So I think she'll be back. Because it's not like the Aces right now. They're 5-6. So if the playoffs started, I don't even think they will be in the playoffs. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They'll be literally the 8th seed. So you got the Washington Mystics. They're not bad either. They're starting to gel. I don't know what's going on with my Sparks. I was excited this year for LA. I don't know what's going on with the Sparks. We got to get Cameron Brink back. Kelsey Plum's hurt. Chicago, they're 3-8. I just think they just need a better front office. Tyler Marsh, he came over from the Aces. He was behind Becky Hammond as an assistant, so he has championship experience, but I don't think not on his own.
Right.
Then you got Chicago Sky and Angel Reese over there. She got her first triple-double. So Angel has been playing well as of lately, but I still think they need a better. She still needs some work. She get a mid-range, she'll be dangerous. We already know she's going to pluck everything that comes off them boards. She trademarked me bounds because everybody's like, oh, she gets her own misses.
Right.
She trademarked the me bound, and here we got Coach Dante coming in here all late, but it's
he coming over here now. He coming in the crib now.
Yeah, because I got to get some rest before tomorrow because I got a long trip to College Station tomorrow for my AAU basketball team. Okay. 10-year-old team, so that's why I've been busy with AAU stuff. So that's why I haven't been active.
Oh yeah, coach, I forgot he do AAU.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does.
Dante, before we roll on out of here, your thoughts on the series right now going on with game 7 and everything. Who's your pick, and are you surprised that Indy pushed it to game 7?
Yeah, I'm surprised that Indy pushed it to game 7, but I also knew that Indy has a great offensive squad. I also knew that Obi Toppin, him able to make jump shots. Aaron Neesmith being able to be the 3-and-D player that he is right now, and Miles Turner being able to be a stretch big and also play defense. I knew it can turn into a tough series, but I had no idea it can go 7. But to answer the question, I'm gonna still go with OKC due to the home court advantage. And I still think OKC the better team. I mean, yeah, it went 7. Okay, we expect the OKC to get them fought out early, pretty much. But again, I still think OKC is the better team, and I still think they can get the job done. Sunday night. So I'm still taking OKC, but at the end of the day, I say this was great by Indiana. We didn't expect them to do this, make the finals this year. We didn't expect them to make the Eastern Conference Finals even last season. So at the end of the day, I still think OKC is a better squad.
All right, talk about your, we was talking about WNBA a little bit. We talk about, Caitlin Clark and everything, but let's talk about your Dallas Wings. Dallas Wings got all this talent. We got Dejanay Carrington. We got Arika Gumawale, and we got Paige Beckers. Should your record be more than what it is? And what do you think is wrong? Is it because he's not gelling yet? Does the coach need to go? Because that coach is terrible. Our coach is terrible.
Now I think the coaching is bad. I think the talent is good. I don't know how we're losing, but at the end of the day, we still can't score. We still can't put the ball in the rim. So other than that, man, we got all this talent on this team. We don't got bad players. It's good to see Paige Beckers be great, be herself. It's good to see that. It's good to see Rike, the guard play, be something good. But other than that, Anissa Smith has not been really that good all year. Tierra McCowan has not really been that good. I wish we can get up off her sooner than later. But other than that, we just really haven't been that good. We just really haven't been that good at scoring. When we don't score, we can't stop anybody on the defensive side of the basketball. And then these coaches, we need to stop getting these bum ass coaches. That's what the organization needs to stop doing. We need to stop getting these goddamn coaches that don't have no experience of coaching the damn WNBA. We need to stop doing that. We need to start hiring experienced head coaches.
Hey, Lisa Leslie was out there. She put her name in.
Ooh.
Can you imagine Lisa Leslie with a WNBA team?
No, I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be mad, but like I said, I would like more of an experienced WNBA head coach. But like I say, Lisa Leslie is one of the greatest WNBA. One of the greatest WNBA players of all time. I wouldn't mind giving her an opportunity. But I never heard of this dude. I never heard of this man before. I never heard of this coaching a WNBA squad. Before we got Coach Latricia Tramble, I never heard of her coaching the damn squad. So, and we made the playoffs with her. We made the playoffs with her. The next year, I give her a pass on that, because we had so many injuries last season. Mm-hmm. But this year, we rarely even had injuries, and we still a bad basketball team. But wow, we beat Connecticut, who's a bad basketball team too. So just as bad as us. But we did beat the Golden State Valkyries, who are playing some good basketball, by the way. Shout out to them. Other than that, Tiffany Hayes and Veronica Burton, all of them playing some good basketball. But other than that, I'm just happy to see Paige Beckers be good. I mean, her damn near averaging 23 points per game, throughout the month and leading the WNBA. That's something special. That's something special right there.
Yes, I think she's going to be a Rookie of the Year, because before she wasn't the front runner, but I think now she will be. So this is her second game, dropping 20 plus in back-to-back games, and y'all on a 2-game winning streak. Look, y'all doing better than my Sparks right about now. I don't know what's going on with them. What is going on with the Aces right now?
Aces are struggling, man. We even had a chance to beat the Aces. I think we was up like 9. We was up 11 or something. We found a way to blow the game, but that's what bad teams do. Bad teams just find a way to lose games, and that's just who we are right now. But the Aces, all that talent, they should be winning. They got the MVP. They got, to me, the MVP of the last 2 years, even though they did give it to Brown and Stewart previous. But they got those, and they should be winning games. Chelsea Gray still good. Jackie Young, who's very underrated, they're good, and they're struggling to win games. So, and it's on the offensive side of the ball. They're struggling putting the ball in the basket. They're just struggling putting the ball in the basket. I think their defense is solid. But when you're struggling to put the ball in the basket, that opens up a lot of defensive communications and a lot of easy bucks when you're struggling putting the ball in the basket. And then Kelsey Plum is a big loss to them too. Kelsey Plum is a big time loss for them too. So yeah, they're struggling bad.
Asia Wilson is back this game. Right now they're losing 12-8 to the Storm. So we'll see if the Aces can bounce back. And your coach got an extension. Ume Udoka gets the extension there in Houston. So maybe the Knicks can stop calling coaches that got contracts.
Well, hey, you stop taking my catchphrase. Don't take my catchphrase. You're not allowed to do that.
But before we get on here, I know Taylor Jenkins and Mike Brown. They're thinking about interviewing. Any one of them two go to the Knicks?
I think Taylor Jenkins does. I think Taylor Jenkins goes to the New York Knicks. I'm gonna say Taylor Jenkins, even though I wouldn't be mad if they got Mike Brown. But at the end of the day, I'm glad the Rockets signed Ime Udoka back, especially where we was before he got here. The organization and the team immediately changed when he got here. 41-41, then it improved. Now Phoenix is calling us, crying about, can we have our picks? And hey, we not budging. We would love to have Kevin Durant. We would love to have Kevin Durant, but hey, we not gonna break the bank for him. We're not gonna break the bank for him. I'm not, like I say again, Kevin Durant puts us, pretty much in championship contender status if we do get him, but we're not breaking the bank for him. But other than that, we'll see what's gonna happen. Like I'm just ready for this game 6, 7 to be over with. That way, that's where all the fun starts. That's where the trades and stuff come in and drop during our draft night. That's where the free agency starts to see who's getting better. This is where all the fun. This is where all the fun starts when NBA season is all over. But other than that, I'm glad. I got my coach locked up in a set. And I'm about to say, goddamn 76. I wasn't trying to say them. But other than that, the New York Knicks, you can keep looking for your damn coach. Now you can keep looking for your coach.
Con, your thoughts on either Taylor Jenkins or Mike Brown?
I think neither one of them. I don't know what the hell the Knicks going to do. I have no clue. I don't know what the hell they do. I don't have a damn clue. I mean, they went for what, 5 coaches that are already coaching. You know what I mean? I don't know what the hell they're going to do. I have no idea. I don't think either one of them.
Can I say something?
I think we're all going to be surprised.
I want to say one more thing, and I want to know. I want to hear comment and thought upon this. I mean, the Knicks had no plan at head coach. You called Ime Udoka, that was denied. You called who else did they?
Chris Finch.
Oh, Chris Finch. He was
Jason Kidd.
Jason Kidd. He was denied. But you gonna have the audacity. This is how you know you don't got a plan. You have the audacity to call Dan Quinn. I mean, Quinn Snyder. What the hell has he done in NBA? For you to call him on a losing team, and you call, that's how desperate you is looking for a head coach. You call
desperate.
You literally call Quinn Snyder, somebody that has done nothing in the NBA. You're that desperate to get a head coach.
You might as well call Mike D'Antoni. He ain't doing nothing.
And you get denied. You can't even get an interview with him.
Look, they can call Mike D'Antoni. He ain't doing
They had
nothing.
no plan. If you're gonna fire somebody, you better have a game plan. No plan. And now it's coming back to haunt them. That's why I don't know what the hell they're gonna do.
Oh man, but there you have it, go. Another episode of Courtside View in the books. We'll be back next week. Talk about who will be your NBA champ. Go over the NBA draft. Of course, me and Coach Dante will be live for the NBA draft, so y'all can see my face on who gets picked at number 3.
Well, they may trade the pick. They may have been already trade the pick anyway. So hey, they may have been already trade the pick by draft night. So who knows?
It's so hard being a 76ers fan. It really is. But
yeah, it is.
Appreciate Coach.
I wouldn't know.
You wouldn't. Appreciate Coach for coming in when he could. Of course, we got the con man. Hopefully Dante will be back with us next week, depending on his schedule. Gotta go out there with the kids. Chris will be back. Hopefully his internet won't mess up on him there. But we'll be back, y'all, next week, same time, same place, same channel. It's
Chris,
the Courtside. What'd you say?
I said, Chris, we love you, man.
So
Yes,
we'll
sir.
be back. Same time, same place, same channel. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all evening. Stay safe, stay cool, because it's gonna be hot. It's getting hot. It's hot.
Ooh.
I hate it. But see y'all.
Good night, y'all.